weapon of indignation, a weapon unlike anything the world has ever seen before. This weapon can hit an entire country. How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? This weapon makes the U.S. military unable to respond, broken because of what looks like equipment malfunction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might hath failed, because the spoiler is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken. Every one of their bows is broken, and this weapon leaves Babylon silent and in darkness. Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. There is only one weapon that can affect an entire continent, leave the military unable to defend itself, and plunge America into silence and darkness. An EMP, or electromagnetic pulse, is an electromagnetic discharge that fries sensitive circuits within minutes, even seconds. Most modern-day appliances, the gadgets we use daily, and even the U.S. power grid all have sensitive circuits built in. Think of a normal blackout when you don't have any lights, heating, or internet. Only an EMP blackout is permanent and on a large scale. This means you can also say goodbye to telecommunications, transportation, and even utilities. Silence and darkness. Military command and control, as well as most of the high-tech equipment, is very vulnerable to an EMP. One blast will reduce our army to fighting using weapons that existed before the 1900s. This weapon fulfills Bible prophecy to the letter. It's swift, has a huge area effect, knocks out our military, breaks the hammer of the earth, and sets the stage for the assembly of nations to invade. And all it takes is not 100, not even 50, but just one warhead to be detonated above the U.S., and the effects would be irreversible. EMP device that can be strategically detonated at an altitude of 20 miles above the surface of our country that will permanently cripple our power grid and plunge America into silence and darkness. The real danger of an EMP is it could happen without any signs or warnings, and the King of the North has drilled his soldiers to do exactly that. There's never been so many nuclear drill exercises targeting the U.S. in recent history. Putin is preparing to fulfill his role according to the Holy Book. The effects of the EMP will destroy America as we know it. Looters, famine, civil unrest, and finally, the foreign invasion. Exactly as the scriptures predicted. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, and mourning, and famine, and she shall be burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Without hospitals or pharmacies being able to function, people won't be able to take their necessary medication. Pandemics and disease will break out, caused by no waste pumping or garbage collecting, and lack of any basic personal hygiene. As the supply of food breaks down, famine starts setting in, and with it looting and food riots. Some Americans riot on Black Friday over a toaster. Can you imagine what would happen during an EMP when all the power is out? FEMA, law enforcement, and other state agencies will be overwhelmed. Firefighters will be unable to react as their equipment will not work. Fires will break out, and the cities shall be burned with fire. And after the nation destroys itself from within, and without our network of communication, most Americans will have no idea the invasion has begun.